so good to me.
Praise the Lord. Once again, we want to thank God for the opportunity to come our way once again in the school of financial empowerment, where we talk about money matters matter. We are on point number 4, step number 4 to financial empowerment. And what we are discussing is the need for us to generate multiple sources of income, developing multiple sources of income. And we have given us biblical basis and examples why we should not be moved. God gave us example. Number 2, Paul also gave us example, and the also gave us example. Isaac did for us. Now we want to teach us teaching on financial empowerment, how to develop multiple sources of income very clearly. If I've not said it, or if you have not heard it, repetition is just for emphasis. A mono income earner outside that tourist trip. A mono income earner is on suicidal tourist trip. So for this reason, you need to understand how to develop multiple sources of income. It's a necessity. And the first one, which we started last week, is you to take a firm decision early in life to generate income or generate money from both hand and on-hand income. There are two sources, major sources of income. You just need to understand the two. Number 1 is what we call hand income. And then number 2 is on-hand income. This opportunity of generating money from hand income and on-hand income is open to all at any stage in life. That's the beauty of it. Now, it will be very, very unwise for you to delay or to disdain or refuse not to generate money from both sources at any stage of your life. And like we said last week, that these two sources of income have types. They have their composites. And that is what to discuss fully today. Number 1, the hand income. Like we said last week, the hand income can also be called linear income. And what do we mean by the hand income? In hand income, your labor and time is required to generate income. We said it. And so, technically, what we are saying, when to work, there's no money. No work, no paid. And people on salary, they are on this type of or self-employment that has not graduated to business assets. I've explained all this to us as we go on. They are on this level. So, but there are 3 levels of linear income or hand income. Please take attention, pay attention on this because it's technical And it is necessary for you to understand these three levels and embark on them. Number is the one we call core income, or what we call primary income. In this case, this is when you develop your potential and you obtain a skill to generate income. And then you are earning money from that. For example, a doctor working in the hospital, the teachers working in school, the lawyer, even the pastor. I've been making reference because we are victim of financial empowerment. Many of us, we are far from reality. So I've been making reference to my fields, my brethren, my 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 colleagues, pastors, fashion design, and you are being paid a salary, or you start a business, maybe as a paid trader. The only person that can operate that business is you alone. That is your primary source of income. It's a core income that having. Now the second one is what is called secondary income. Secondary income is when you use your spare time even while you are still doing your primary source of income, you are using your spare time or extra time to generate more money. I will give us some practical examples because, like I said, for secondary income, you can be working your primary source of income. For example, you can create a blog in the internet. It doesn't disturb your primary source of income. You always be a sales representative source of income. Action as I do so. And yet this is marketing. You can do public speaking. Is using. You can do your extra time to speculators and be selling land or estate agents. This may not disturb your primary source of income. I have seen people using their extra time to operate barbing salon because they close by 2 o'clock, they close by 3 o'clock, they close by 4 o'clock. They can retire to this. Now you can be doing cooking. I have somebody after leaving a job as a civil service or a civil servant. Now he starts another job by 5, cooking food for those coming to their areas in the evening, the bachelors, for example. You can be event organizer. You spend your extra time on it. You can do farming. You can do graphic design. You can use extra time to be doing singing, photography, and all the rest. Because some people will give us a call and say, what can we use our extra time for? That's the reason why I am giving us a number of things you can do by yourself using your extra time. So some may even require you to leverage on other people's time and labor. By the time you are doing your own work, you are giving them a call, or they will be holding forth for you. I spend my time, my extra time, to do investments when I was working. It doesn't take away my primary source of income. I spend my time study, investment techniques, where to invest, and I became a consultant to so many people who may not have time for that, or they are not, skillful in that area. And reasonable amount of money that was even more than what government was paying me or my employer was paying me was being generated without taking my primary source of income. And Paul also did this as a tent maker. This did not affect his preaching. Today, like I said, I want to also speak to the ministers of God. Some people will say I am a full-time minister. Well, I'm not to talk about that. The concept of full ministry is bastardized. No, when you say you're a full minister, what do you mean by that? Some will say because I'm called to be a full minister, does that take you from using extra time when you are not ministry, you are not writing sermon, to do one or two things? I've written some sermon today, seminar for presentation, and even what I'm teaching here. But that doesn't mean that I cannot do some consulting work. That does not mean that I cannot sign one or two papers on issue that will generate money for me. That does not mean that I cannot use the skill I've acquired over years to bless some other people and they give me some money apart from preaching. So we need to spend our extra time to do something apart from our sources, our primary source of income. And this is what is referred to as secondary income. And good enough, I have given us very, very reasonable examples that we can develop. Number 3, levels of primary source of income, primary income or core income, is what we call tertiary income. The third level of hand income is what is called tertiary income. This is the establishment of your own business, which will eventually develop to what we call business assets. There are 2 levels of self-employment. The first level is when your labor and time is involved. If you are not there, that business will not run. But there's another level which you must take your business to, which we'll talk about that later. But for the sake of this time, we call it business assets. A business asset is when you leverage on the time and the labor of others. And there are 3 features of business asset. Number 1, such business is transferable. Number 2, such business is sellable. You can sell it. And number 3, that business is tradable. Let me repeat myself. That when we talk about tertiary income, under hand income, is when you develop your business to business assets. And When we call it business asset because it's tradable. You can trade with it. You can sell it. It's sellable. You sell it, you move to another one. And then it's transferable. When these three things are not possible in your business, you are self-employed, you are yet to develop a business asset. And this is what is happening to most businesses in developing country. Because we perpetuate personality, we do not perpetuate vision. And that is the reason why once you are not there, the business will not run. Or the demise of the owner will lead to the demise of that company. Because that company is not tradable, it's not transferable, and also it's not sellable. So these are the composites of earned income. Number 2 is unearned income. Unearned income. This is when you work once to generate money. And now that money you generate, or what you use that labor and time to generate, will continue to generate steady flow of income thereafter. I have brought my book for you to see. You see, I wrote this book 15 years ago. And I spent about a month or 2 months or thereabout, about 6 or 8 weeks to write this book. And may I tell you, I have printed several thousands of this book. In fact, it's out of print. They are printing another one now, another thousands copies. Now I use my money and my labor and time to write this book within some weeks. And may I tell you, through this book, there will be a steady flow of income. I don't need to be writing it all over and all over again. This is one of the examples of unearned income. I'm still going to give us more examples, but I want to be so personal and practical. So when you use your time and labor to generate either a product or a service, and that or goods, and that continue to give you steady source or sources of income perhaps throughout your lifetime, it is called unearned income. And I'm going to give us 3 examples of unearned income. Number 1 is what is called residual income. Residual income. Residual income is associated with receiving royalty on the work you have done once. Like I've given you an example of this book now. I publish it once, and if I have a publisher, but I'm still a publisher, if I have a publisher or in the Amazon, they'll be selling it. As they sell it, I get my royalty. That is a residual income to me. And a number of us can use our time through what I call creative procrastination to generate a product or a service once that will be giving us a residual income. It can be rentage, for example. You have used your labor and time to build a house. The money you generate from that labor and to build a house throughout your lifetime, you'll be getting a rent fee for it. Bonuses, gifts, honorarium, inheritance. These are residual income. Number 2 is what is called passive income. Passive income is under unearned income. Example of passive income is capital gain on property. No, you have bought the property. In fact, in some cases, you don't need to maintain it. It won't make noise like your salary that you are earning from your employers, or when you have to go to your work and trade. But passive income will not make that. Will not make that. And rich people, they leverage on passive income, especially as you advance in age. Real estates give you passive income, and some other products. By the time I come to investment level, will teach us more about this. Number 3, you have what is called portfolio income. This includes the income you have on investments. And you can have different type of investment. Number 1, you can have you can investment in capital markets. An example of a capital market is stocks. If you buy shares of company, you become owner, company that will not die. And you know that 3 sources of income can be generated to you there. Number 1, in stocks, you get capital appreciation. The shares you bought 2 naira some years back, today can become 10 naira. Capital appreciation. Then you get income in form of bonuses. Sometimes ago, I was looking at a particular company where money was invested in, and I discover that they have credited the statement with additional one, which we were not aware before. But when we call for statement from CSCS, we discover that the number of the shares have increased substantially, apart from the fact that the price has increased. The shares was bought at 3 naira, but today I think it's about 9 naira. And the number of units that were there at that point in time was few hundred thousands, but today it has multiplied by more than 25%. Can you just calculate that gain? And then I'll talk about capital, bonuses, and then the third way by which you generate money from this is through dividends. That is from the profit of that company. We don't need to go to the calculation. You don't need that. It is we who need that, because we use that to consult. We use that to go into the market. And that is how we also generate money. That how do we know the profit, that the dividend that this company is going to give us? It's going to give us 2 naira per our shares. And so let us see how much we are going to generate. Let us get to the market at so time, and let us get out of it. But it's a way by which you generate money without running helter-skelter. You just sit down in the comfort of your room, and money is being generated for you. So we call it portfolio income. Then you can also generate income from money markets. From money markets. For example, the savings you have, if you have a dedicated account for that kind of thing that you don't touch, and every month you get some money, some interest on that. Some people say the interest is very low. Why can't you increase the lump sum? The higher the lump sum, the more money you generate. And over a period of years, when we got to teaching on that, we teach us more about this. Then you can get money on fixed term deposits. Some of us, instead of leaving our money carelessly in where we be taking COT and all the rest, you can transfer some to term deposits, fixed deposits. It can be for 7 days, can be for a month, can be for 3 months, and it comes. You may say the money is too small, But do you know that you can take care of your petrol, the money for your car's running for a month, instead of you digging money into your salary or to your capital? Then you can also generate money market from treasury bills. From treasury bills. Then you have what we call mutual funds. This and what your bank can arrange for you. You have so many products along this line. All what you need to do is to get to your broker or to your bank or discount houses, and they will give you these services. They may charge you, but after charging you, you keep on having streams of income from it. And you say it is too small, but you can see from all what I've mentioned, a little here, a little there make a mighty ocean. Can I also talk to us about over-the-counter markets? They are out there for us. You can generate money from bonds. You can generate money from debentures. Nigeria even have some saving bonds that I think they sell every week at every point in time. And some of these things are open-handed, which you can go into. They are very safe. They are very secure. So much at the time in your lifetime, you will not need to suffer in old age. Or even as you are earning money from primary source of income, money is coming to you from this side. And you will do yourself good if you are reinvesting them over a period of years. And if you are hardening to them. So please, these are the ways by which you generate money from both a earned income and unearned income. Let me conclude with two pieces of advice for us. And please, it is very, very important for you to take this advice and make use of them. Please remember, I am not preaching. I am teaching. I am giving you what you need to hear and go and do. If you don't do anything about it, it will slip your hands and you will not remember again. Take action. So number one, you must move very fast from earned income to unearned income as you advance in age. Move very fast from earned income to unearned income as you advance in age. You know why? Your age will depreciate as you're advancing. What my children can do now, I can't do it with my labor. But how do I survive? But I'm not worse off. Why? Because what we are telling you is the practice that we engage ourselves in at a very early stage of life, so that we'll be able to have rest in advanced age. It's not compulsory and it's not mandatory that you have to rely on somebody else in old age. The economy has made the structure for you, but it is now for you to go in the path of wisdom or foolishness. It is now left for you to go in the path of discipline or indiscipline. It is now left for you to go in the level of knowledge or ignorance. And so for you not to suffer, that's why you have a platform in a radio like this, in a Christian radio like this, where we teach you. Some people will have to pay for this information heavily. So please, as you are working in your primary source of income now, notwithstanding your age, please make a structure in place that will make you to move faster from earned income to unearned income. Number two advice is that you must also move fast from primary source of income to tertiary source of income, and as much as possible, you must get to the tertiary source of income. Some of us, we started from primary source of income. But when we're doing our primary source of income, we're also engaging extra time to do some secondary source of income. But today, we are no longer engaging in primary source of income. Neither are we engaged in the secondary source of income. We are now engaging ourselves in tertiary source of income, leveraging on the time and labor of others, and also on hand income. Please let us be wise. Let us be wise. And God will make us to be wise. And we also walk on the path of wisdom. In the mighty name of Jesus. Next week, I will share one or two scriptures with us before I move to another level. But as a way of summary, what we have discussed today is that you must take a firm decision to generate money for you, for yourself, from both hand income and on hand income. And I have explained to us what is hand income, what is on hand income. And I've gone ahead to give us practical examples, especially when we come to secondary source of income, which I want many of us at a bracket age to engage ourselves on, especially those of us who are still on early stage of life, which I've explained to us. You must engage yourself in a secondary source of income, which should not interfere with your primary source of income if you love yourself. And then as you are now advancing in age, you must move to what I call tertiary source of income and on-hand source of income. This will make you to have peace at a later time in your life. And it will also make your source of income to be very, very robust. It is my prayer for you today that God will help you. You will also help yourself. The Lord will encourage you. The Lord will inspire you. You will walk in the path of wisdom. You will not be a fool. You'll be a wise person. Thank you, Father. In Jesus' mighty name, we have prayed. Thank you very much for listening. It is me, Rev Isaac Ijaopo. God bless you, and thank you very much.